Hello everyone, happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing great. Welcome to my little craft corner. Come on in. We started this little Kleenex box last week or Monday maybe, I don't even remember, but we're going to finish it today, and then I've got lots of announcements to go over with you, some date changes on a couple of things, or on one of our events. And so, well, it's a change on the Dippin' Dottie sale date. So I'm going to let you know about that. But let's get started on this. Let me get you pulled up over here on the iPad just to make sure I can hopefully see comments. You never ever know with Mr. FB what we're going to be getting. I'm a little bit hoarse today. Y'all have to deal with my hoarseness a lot, but I have allergies like crazy. And when you're in Texas, Sherman, Texas is where I am. And I saw on the news one time that the Sherman and Dallas area are in the top three of the most allergens in their area. So if you don't have allergies and you move here, you more than likely will have allergies. So anyway, so I deal with a lot of that, but we're going to just keep moving forward and go on. Okay, so we base coated him in honey brown, and then we went underneath the icing with burnt umber. And let's see, this was the frosting was light buttermilk, all deco art. And then with the honey brown, I just kind of shaded around that a little bit, very loosely, nothing very difficult on that. But today we're going to put the face in, and I've already base coated. I used chalk to kind of draw these out, and I've just base coated the eyes and nose in white. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take a pencil or chalk. Well, I don't have any chalk over here, so we'll just use a pencil. But I'm going to draw where I want my line. Say hello when you come in, so we'll know that you're here. My name is Pam Savage. If you're new to the page, we've got a lot of newbies on here that have started following. So I'm so thrilled to have you. We have a fantastic community here. I love my following. They are just so good to me and just make me feel so special and loved. So I hope it is reciprocal. I hope it's back to you too, because I do think so much of you. Okay, and I had a reel on here showing you because so many of you ask me, man, you're just such a clean painter. Your lines always look so sharp and so clean. Well, that's because a lot of times when I finish something, or when I think I'm finished, and I get off of these lives, hi Patty, hello, good morning. I go back and just clean up. Now, a lot of people don't. They do it. They're done with it, but I'm a little bit of a recovering perfectionist, I guess you would say. So I'm trying to not be quite as a perfectionist, but I just have to go back and do some cleanup, and so that's how I do it. I just go back and kind of clean up my little oopsies, and they get taken care of. Okay, so if you're just hopping on, be sure and say hi. Hi, Mary. Hello. Got a couple of announcements while we're waiting on everybody to get on. Let's just go ahead and get that done. Some of the announcements. I had told you that the next Dippin' Dottie sale would be on March the 13th. I have changed that date because I had some schedule change for me that opened up. So instead of March the 13th, we are going to do it on March the 6th, which will be March the 6th, which will be on a Friday, next Friday, March the 6th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. March the 6th. So this coming Friday, at 10 a.m., we will have our next Dippin' Dottie sale. And it's the spring one. And I kind of played around with them. Let me see what I did with them yesterday, just to see what I could do with them. I was in a hurry, so I just kind of haphazardly played around with them. But I'm going to go ahead and reveal them today because I'm excited about them. Now, I'm not taking orders yet, so don't send me any requests for orders. we will do that next Friday. I'll go over how to send me an order. And I will also have all of the original ones available. We've got so many Dippin' Dotties now, y'all. Looks like a little bouquet. These are all the original ones, or the previous ones that we've sold. But so many of you have just hopped on following that you didn't know about them. So we're going to make those available too. But here's the new one. Are you ready? Let's get a drum roll. All right. This is our Spring 2026 group. And we've got a little bee. And we've got a precious little butterfly. And my favorite, the ladybug. Y'all know I love ladybugs. So we've got bee, butterfly, and ladybug. And I just was kind of playing around with them. This is what it will look like when you stamp it. It'll just have the outline. And then you fill it in and paint it however you want. And I just painted something down the bottom too. But there's the bee. And here's little butterflies. You can do them any color you want. I mean, you just fill them in however you want. And then, what was the other one? Oh, the ladybug. Oh, y'all know I love me some ladybugs. So that's the first one I got out. And so here I'm just playing with it. I'm just trying to get the feel of how much paint do I need on it. So that's what I was doing up at the top here. And it just takes a little bit of practice to get the hang of how much paint you do or do not want on them. So here's the little ladybugs. And they're a little bit bigger than my little finger. So that's what's going to be available next week, next Friday. Because I had it open up and I thought, well, why wait a week? We need to go ahead and get these out so you guys can be using them for the spring and summer. So that's our spring and summer one. Then we'll have another one. Probably midsummer or so. We'll have the fall one, and then we will have our Christmas set for the year. So we'll have 2 more Dippin' Dottie sales after this one. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you. I couldn't wait. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Patty. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Terry. Okay, so change your date on that. I told you that we would be having the Dippin' Dottie sale on March the 13th. It's March the 6th at 10 a.m. And you will have until noon that Saturday the 7th to place your order. And we'll go into all those instructions when we have the sale. So don't worry about that today. Just get it on your calendar for Friday, March the 6th at 10 a.m. We will be having that sale. So that's next Friday. And we'll be having that sale. So I hope you're as excited as I am about this spring set. I just love it. There's just so many different things you can do with them. So many different ways you can paint them. As I'm looking at my calendar, look at that pretty butterfly. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, so you can get all kinds of ideas how to fill them out. This one would be easy to do because that's the shape, pretty close to the shape of the one that we have. Okay, so March the 6th will be the Dippin' Dottie sale. And then during that sale, I will announce the hat. We'll start taking tickets after that sale, we'll start taking tickets for the hat class. So we've got lots of good things coming up. And it is all I can do to not show you the spring, the May spring online class that we're going to do. It is so hard not to show you, but I'm not going to show you yet. I'm going to restrain. I'm going to be good and not do that. Okay, so let's get this little gingerbread thing done. Now tomorrow, hi Rissa, hi Sally, hi Cindy. Thanks for hopping on. Thank you so much. So if you're just hopping on, go back and watch the very beginning so you'll get those dates down. Tomorrow is it's finally here, the Tips and Techniques tutorial workshop. So we start that in the morning at 10 a.m. and we'll go from 10 to noon. And then take a break and we'll do 3 to 5. So, and they're separate, 2 different tutorials. So it won't be the same material, same lessons in both. They'll each be different. It should be on replay for 30 days. Facebook leaves them up for 30 days. So if you can't make those times, then you can go back and watch them. And it's just very simple little things that I've learned in, definitely not exhaustive. We just cannot get everything done in that time frame. So we'll do it again, and we'll have some different things. And maybe you can send me some ideas that I could do if you have anything. Hi, Vicki. Thank you. Oh, isn't it pretty? I love it. This one said, I just have my name put on it. It says Mrs. Pam, or Miss Pam. And I get my shirts from Teachers Graham, TeachersGram.com. Love the quality of them. You can go in and just type in shirts and then art, and you'll get all kinds of shirts, and you can personalize them. And they've got not just art, I mean, they've got everything. Anyway, they're really cute. They're very quick on getting them to you, and they're always running sales, like 3 for $49 or something like that. I don't know, but they've got Christmas ones that are artsy and just all kinds. So that's where I get them, teachersgraham.com. Hi, Sally. Hello. All right, well, let's get started. But don't forget about tomorrow, that most of you are already signed up and registered into the not Teachers Graham. All right, tips and techniques tutorial workshop for tomorrow. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. We've got almost 300 women in there already. And if you're like, oh man, I didn't hear about it, today is your last day to sign up for that. It's free. All you have to do is send me a message in Messenger saying, please sign me up for the tips and techniques class. And I will send you an invite. Now, you have to be following my page, not just watching. If you're not already following, you'll see that little word down there at this bottom right-hand corner. And bottom right-hand corner. And if it says follow, then that means you have not started following the page. So, and the reason I say that is it won't let me send you an invite unless you are following the page. So make sure you click on follow. And then if you want to be a part of that, I am on Central Standard Time. Yes. You think you ordered them yesterday. Mary, what did you order yesterday? Let me know, Mary, what you said. I think I ordered them yesterday. Let me know what it is that you ordered. And but anyway, so that's tomorrow. And I would love to have, there's no limit to who can get in. This is just a free, just some tips and techniques of things. We'll probably do a little quick round in my craft room, a little tour to show you some of the ways I organize. I'm still in the middle of reorganizing it, so it's easier for me. But anyway, that's what we will do tomorrow. And so just send me a message in Messenger saying, please sign me up for the tips and techniques class tomorrow, and I will send you oh, you order t-shirts. Good. And I will send you an invite, and all you have to do is accept the invite, and you're in. The ladies in there, there's nearly 300 women in there, and they've all been talking, getting to know each other. And I noticed yesterday that 2 of the ladies had no clue, but they realized they live right by each other. And so they're going to get together and get to know each other and do some painting together. So that's so exciting to me. I just love that. Okay. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to bring you down here and see if we can get started on this. My goal this year is to make enough with my proceeds to have some extra just to spend on what I want. And I'm wanting to get one of those Canva phone holders that you can kind of put over you and zoom in and out. So that's my goal for this next year. That's my motivation to get busy and make my sales and go to my craft shows and all that good stuff. Okay, so we're going to, this up here will be black. So we'll go right here, and I'm just making a little line. And I want them about the same. Good enough. I'm going to come down just a little bit. And y'all, I'm sorry. I kind of sound like a man today. Okay. And we're going to go over that in black, so it'll be all right. And then I'm going to do line here because I want part of it to be blue. You could do green, whatever color you want. I want his eyes to be, or her eyes. I don't know what it is. Okay, and I'm going to put the blue in first, and I'm going to use, this is Anita's Blue Fog. I love it for eyes. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so again, the time tomorrow is 10 to noon, and then 3 to 5. Just thought everybody would need a break for lunch and to practice. All you will need is something to paint on. Pieces of paper, paper sacks cut up. I'm going to be using a multimedia book, but you can use cut up pieces of poster board like I did on the Dippin' Dotties, whatever you need. And just a different arrangement, a different variety of brushes. And you can just watch, or you can try and paint along with us. Okay, that was a little bit runny. I don't know what that paint is. I went to our Walmart last night to see if, well, one, not our town, it's a couple of towns over, but it was the newest Walmart in our area, to see if they were carrying the Deco Art paint in their store, and they're not. But I'm told you can get it online. Oh, and I wasn't thinking about that pencil mark with this light blue, but I think we'll be okay. So right now I'm just using a round brush. These grabby brushes I get on Amazon, they're really good. They hold up so well. You could use a little flat or a little filbert. Okay, so just got that. I based them in white and really thick in the white down below because I knew I wanted it to stay white. And I like to, kind of like a coloring book, I just outline my space and then fill it in. And I have not had breakfast or lunch. I had a little protein bar. So y'all may hear my stomach growling. Okay, let me look at those. I'm going to make this one just a little bit wider. Okay, let's draw that. And so if you're just hopping on the replay, or if you're just hopping on live, I'm sorry, I'm live right now. If you're hopping on just now, go back to the beginning and watch the replay when we finish to see the Dippin' Dotties that will be for sale next Friday. They're so cute. So that means next weekend, I have got to clear my schedule for anything and everything except my Bible class lesson. I got to get my little children's Bible class stuff ready, but because I will be taking orders, sending invoices. I do have my boxes put together, my little boxes that I ship them in, but I haven't put the filling in them. I like to put some tissue paper in the instructions to keep them clean. How to care for your Dippin' Dotties. Okay, I'm going to do one more coat. And then we're going to outline it in black, so that will clean it up. Okay, now we need to put the black in. I do want to shade that a little bit. Let's shade the bottom of them with deep midnight blue. So here's your contrast. Deep midnight blue is so pretty, and so is Payne's gray. Okay, so let's get an angle brush. Let me see if that will do it. I'm going to try this little bitty angle brush. Look how tiny that is. Let me hold this other one up. Look how little it is. It's a number 1. Keep Smiling brushes I got off of Amazon. So I'm going to get that a little bit wet. And I could still use the big one, but I just want to see what this one will do. I've not used it very much. But for little tight spaces like this, I think it'll be good. Oh, yeah. Okay, look at the difference in this one has not had any shading. Just makes it so pretty. Okay, let's get this one a little wet. People next door to us are moving, so they can hear the movers out there. Oh, I'm so glad that we don't have to look or dread another move in our lifetime. Our next move will be to a nursing home. We're not moving anymore. So this will be the last place that we live. And I am so thankful. Okay, so we got that shading done. And that little brush worked great. It's a number 1. Keep Smiling. That's the only thing I see on here, the brand. I know it's backward for you, but Keep Smiling. And they've held up really well. Okay, so now we need our black. So I'm going to go back to that round brush. And Erica Wallace would be so proud of me because I'm reusing a palette. I have a thing about, I like to start out each project with a clean, but I'm trying to not be wasteful. But it's kind of OCD thing in me. It's hard to do that. You challenge yourself to paint with angle brushes. I've always used angle brushes. Challenged myself to flat brush. Yes, I did, Vicki, because I hated them in the beginning, and now I love them. I'm going, why was I so afraid of, or why did I not like them? I think it's because I was new to painting when I first started trying them, and I still didn't have the control over my brush and that I do, gained over years. And then when I tried them the second time, I've been painting them a lot longer and have more control over them. And see how I hold my brush? I hold it like a pen or pencil most of the time. A lot of people hold them up here and do all of their work. I just don't have enough control, but it's whatever works for you. I think the eyes on anything, if you're doing something with eyes, are the most important part. They can make or break your project. And we're going to be outlining it, so I'm not real worried if I don't get it right on that line. Add a little more water. Black tends to dry out really quick on your brush. Okay, starting to look like an eye. And this is called a teardrop eye. I did a tutorial a long time ago on just eyes, just doing eyes. And let's go ahead and draw that because I will run my hand through it. I know I will. Okay, that way with it dry, I can lay my hand right there to give me some stability. Mr. Pam and I, we have made Thursdays now, we call it our Thursday Saturday because Mr. Pam works every Saturday. And for those of you that are new, Mr. Pam is my husband. His real name is David. But one of the followers on here at a paint party one time we were having called him Mr. Pam. And it has stuck ever since. But anyway, so we make our Thursdays our Saturdays. And yesterday we got out and did some running around. I had a doctor's appointment, and so he went to that with me. I got a really good report. I didn't have such a good report last time I went. I have a kidney doctor. My kidneys are not, don't always cooperate. And so anyway, he went with me, and then we went to a grocery store that it's a new one for us in our area, H-E-B. Wonderful grocery store. I know they're in Texas, but I don't know if they're anywhere else, but it is amazing. If you've never gone, you have to go at least once. They have everything, and oh my goodness, it's so fresh. And their prices are very reasonable compared to the others, but it is just top-notch quality. Okay, and I'm going to switch to my little liner brush, my little 30 or 10-0. Whoop, there we go. To do some outlining. But we went to that store and just looked all over, and we took an ice chest with us because that way we could load up on meat. So we did that. All right, let's do some outlining. It was beautiful weather here, sunshiny. It was nearly 70 degrees. Just gorgeous. And then we had a couple of things we wanted to get at Walmart and did some driving around looking at new areas that are just exploding with housing and stuff. So we just had the best time. We enjoyed it so much. So I do put a little bit of water on my brush when I'm outlining. And I get quiet when I'm lining. Okay, look at the difference in the two. I'm gonna take, let's go ahead and outline the sections. And then with that deep midnight blue that we shaded with, using the same brush, I'm going to make some little lines. Okay, and let's do the same over here on the other one, and then we'll do some eyelashes. And I'm going to add a little more water to that black. Okay, so I've got about halfway loaded, about halfway up. Sorry, lots of turning. This wood has very thick grain on it. And so sometimes it runs, and you just need to kind of clean it up. All right, that one's got a little bit of a mess in it. I had too much water on my brush, and that ridge made it just run everywhere. Okay, and I can clean it up a little bit with that white. But I've gone as far up as I want to go with the black on that, and there's still a little bit of white paint there, so I'm just going to take that little round brush and just stick it in that honey brown. And just clean it right up. Okay, now I want to put some eyelashes. Let me think, what if I just want to use, I think I'm just going to use this small liner. We've got to do the little line work in this one also. I'll go ahead and put some white down. I think I just flung some paint across the room. Oh well, I promise you it's not the first time. Not the first time. So where that black ran, I'm just cleaning it up. Okay, and I've got a little bit of dryness over here on this one that it broke up. Much better. Okay, and so for eyelashes, just gonna go start and go up and swoosh out. I guess you'd like to see what I'm doing. I want a good point on my brush. So just start at the edge. Make one coming up at the top. And I really want that to come out a little bit further. Okay, and then put some little ones in the middle. And those are a little thicker than I typically do, but I think they'll be just fine. My brush is kind of trying to separate on me. Okay, this one I'm going to hold up upside down for me. It's just easier to do the eyelashes that way on this side. The black is getting really dry over here. And then put some little ones in the middle. Okay, and then I want some coming out like at the bottom. And we'll do this one right here. See which way I want my hand to go. Clean that one up a little bit from earlier. I should have used a little bit longer brush for these eyelashes, but we're good. Okay, and let's do the little dots. And I'm going to use one of my Dippin' Dotties. Just going to use the tip of one of the Dippin' Dotties. And we will put some little eye dots in there. Okay, now for the nose, I'm going to use Rockwood Red. And I think I'm going to switch to a little bit, well, let's try this filbert. I don't use a filbert brush a lot, and I'm trying to use it more. I do use it a lot on flowers. But it's great for rounded edges. A lot of times I don't think about it. I think most of you on here probably have the original sets of the Dippin' Dotties, because we have shipped so many out over the last year with the sales. So I know a lot of you have them. They've just gone all over the United States. Okay, so definitely will need a second coat. All right, y'all, my comments have stopped on the iPad, so I'm trying to see them on the phone. Hi, Renee. And Miss Lynn and Cindy have hopped on. So I have to be careful now. Those dots are still very wet. And this filbert brush is working very nicely. We tend to get used to, you know, just certain brushes and get, just pull the same. I mean, I've got probably 200 brushes and I tend to pull the same 5 to 10 out all the time to use. So I'm trying to reach over in my stash and use some that I typically wouldn't use, because you know, you never know what I might be missing. Maybe a brush over there that I will absolutely love. That's one of my weaknesses, is buying brushes. So I'm trying to make myself use out of my stash of so many that have never even been opened. But you know, you think, I gotta have them, I may need them. So again, if you're just hopping on, be sure and go back and watch the beginning of the video once we finish the replay, because I had a change in dates on the Dippin' Dotty sale, the next one, and some information for if you are not a part of the tips and techniques tutorial, the free tutorials tomorrow workshop, you can still get in. So go back and watch the replay for that information on how to get in on that. That is tomorrow morning at 10, from 10 to noon, and then from 3 to 5. Today's the last day to get in on that, so you need to send me a message in Messenger asking to be added to that. And then once you're added, once you do that, I'll send you an invite. You have to be following the page, and then once you get in the page, once you accept the invite and get in the page, I've got a post in there telling you what you will need. Don't go out and buy anything, because you will be able to just use what you have laying around the house. Okay, so I was just putting a quick little third coat on there. And then I'm going to take some of that burnt umber and do a little bit of shading. Down at the bottom of his nose. And then we'll do a little highlight line at the top, and we'll call his nose done. Mr. Jack, Little Jack, is doing fantastic with his new cochlear implant. They have to ramp it up he's on level 1. It's what he started out with. I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way around this nose. With the volume, and every 2 days they'll ramp it up until it gets to 4. So we're anxious to see how he handles 4. But as far as wearing it, he's done great. He doesn't take it off because it all comes off at when he sleeps, or if he's going to swim or get wet, you just take it all off. All of the outside stuff is it is a magnet and just a little earpiece. And so that comes off when sleeping or getting wet. And he's just done great with it. Okay, so I'm going to take some of that white and I'm going to use a little bit longer liner. This is a 30-0 liner. I love it. And let's just make a little highlight line here. Okay, and using this, I think we'll use the Rockwood Red, since I've already got it out, to dry brush some cheeks on there. So let's use, this is just a makeup brush, Wet n Wild makeup brush. I'm not going to put any moisture on it whatsoever. Okay, what do y'all think? I'm trying to think. Do I want the cheeks to be the same color as the nose, or do I want them to be red? I'm kind of afraid the red might clash. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do the cheeks the same color as the nose, the Rockwood Red, or add red? So I need some answers real quick. Hi, Stephanie. What would you do it in? The red? It's actually Tuscan red. Give him some bright cherry cheeks, or do them in the same color as the nose. What would you do? And I don't know why I'm not getting comments on my iPad. There we go. On your way to Ocean Springs, Missouri. Wow, well, have fun, Lynn. Same. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was afraid this might clash a little bit. All right, let's try that. So I'm going to get my brush loaded. I'm going to really press it down in there. And then I'm going to get, I've got a paper towel over here, and I'm going to wipe most of it off. And let's put some cheeks right about here. Got one a little higher than the other, so let's raise this one a little bit. Okay, so I am done with that brush. In the water it goes, so it can be soaking. Now always wash those out with soap and water. So I'm going to take that Dippin' Dotty end again and add a little highlight dot. I think I need this one a little bit bigger. Wash that off good. Now I'm going to go ahead and just set those. I don't want to dry them too much. Because they'll cave in on you. Okay, and with that same long liner, that 30-0, we're going to go ahead and add, I'm going to add some water to my black here because it's starting to kind of dry out. I'm just going to mix that in a little bit. And we still have to do the sprinkles. Okay, I need to thicken that up just a little bit in some spots. There we go. So I've got that part. Let's give some little smile lines. I'm going to do that with a little bit shorter one, I think. And just right back up to that line that you started with. Oops. Okay, so I got out of line just a little bit right there. I flipped my brush, kind of flicked it out, but no biggie. We'll just cover that up with some honey brown. You'll never even know it was there. So while our black is still moist with that water I just put in it, let's go ahead and fill in that mouth. I'm using a filbert. You can use a round or an angle. So when I finish here, I'm going to eat some lunch so my stomach will quit growling. But then I'm going to sit down. I've got all the tips and techniques schedule. I've got everything written out, what I want to do in the order I want to do it for both sessions. And I'm sure I may add something in here and there. Now you can still see those white chalk lines on that mouth, but once this is dry, I'll just take a damp cloth and just wipe it right off. And you'll never even know they were there. Okay, and let's take some honey brown before I forget about that mouth. And I'm just going to take this little round brush again, and I'm not even going to pour any out. I'm just going to get it right there out of the lid. And done. It's that easy, so don't worry if you make some little mistakes. Just go back and clean it up a little bit. Okay, now you can just freehand it in, or you can take a piece of chalk or pencil or chalk pencil. I want to put a little tongue in there. I like to put tongues in mine. So I'm just going to make a little M. Okay, and I'm going to do it in white first. And we'll just use, I think the rockwood red will be okay. Okay, so I'm just outlining it. So I'm going to sit down after I finish here and eat, and then go over all my notes, clean this table off from this project, and get it ready for tomorrow. Now I will go back and put a black little line under that where I covered it up with the white. So I'm just base coating it in white so that the red will show up okay, the rockwood. Just shows up a little better with the background. Okay, it looks like says it's reconnecting, so it looks like I lost connection there for a minute. But it looks like we're back. Sure hope it doesn't do that tomorrow. All right, let's do dry. All right, look at this. And again, tell me, that color tongue or the red tongue? Do we think the tongue needs to show up a little more? Whichever, I need another coat on it. So what would you do, red tongue or rockwood? The tissue box, I ordered them from Michael's. And they were, I can't remember. I think they were under $8 a box. Great, great quality. I'm super thrilled with them. Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. Blush color for cheeks. Thank you, Lisa. I may have some blush up here. I've used it before. Terry's from Tallahassee, Florida. Ooh, I bet it's pretty there right now. Okay, first person said rockwood. Okay, so we'll stick with the rockwood. So let's put another coat on there. Okay, let's draw that, and then we'll put some little highlight lines on it. And outline with the black, because I went over it a little bit with that rockwood. So I'm just going to put some little highlight lines. And let's finish that. My black is just about dried up. And we're not going to be using anymore, so I don't want to pour more out. Okay, I think those dots are dry enough now. I don't have to worry about them. But I want you to look like it's in the mouth. See where the bottom of the tongue? There's no outline. And I want an outline. Now it looks like it's inside the mouth. Okay, now I need to decide. I decided to go, instead of the pastels on the sprinkles, I decided to go red and green to really make this one Christmassy. So let's start with green, and this is holly green. Can you post the Amazon link for those tissue? It's not Amazon, Dixie. It's Michael's. I think it's mjdesigns.com. I think, but if you just Google Michael's, you'll get their website. And you can either pick them up at the store. Now, they may have them in the store. I don't know. But you can either choose to pick them up at the store, or they'll deliver them right to your door. I ordered, oh goodness, because I did a class. I ordered like 20 of them. Or 24. I don't remember how many came in there's like 2 to a box Yes, there's two to a box. So you can't, I don't think you can order just one. You had to order two. But they are great inside and out. I just kind of lightly went in on the inside. But also, they're great tissue boxes, but you could stick, you could stick paintbrushes in there. But also, if you didn't want to use it as a tissue box, just flip it over and paint the face right side up this way. And you could put utensils in it. You could put, kitchen utensils, whatever way you painted it. It will be cute in a bathroom. If you sealed it real good, put it in a bathroom, and you could put makeup brushes, hairbrush, just so many different things. It would be cute in a baby's room, painted real cute to match the nursery and have, things sticking out of it. So you could use them either way. This way is a tissue box or sticking things in them. This would even make a cute little planter box if you put a plant, down in it, in a little pot or something. So many ways that you can use these. I try always, anything I'm painting on, I try to look at it. Okay, what's a different way that I can do it? How can I, do it opposite of what it's planned for? Okay, so we're going to go with this holly green. So I'm trying to think outside the box a little more with the things I do. Okay, so we are just randomly going to start making little sprinkles on here, going in all different directions. And I'm trying to make them kind of fat and chunky. And we'll put red ones on here too, so that will even them out. I mean, it won't look like just grass on there. And then once you get them on here, you can go back and decide, okay, do I need to add more of that color? So I think it'll be really cute when we get the red on here. But again, you could do the sprinkles in any color you want to. So I'm going to do the edges first, and then we'll do the top. So I'm trying to get them thick enough that I don't have to come back over them with a second coat. And I want some coming like over the top. Now I'm going to have to be careful and not lay it down on this side. I'm going to have to keep it kind of angled so I don't mess those up that I just did on the other side. Anybody else paint Christmas all year long? I didn't used to, but I've decided I just have to be ready for the craft shows. That I do one craft show, but I also do a couple of live sales. So I just have to start early to be prepared. Oh, I'm already loving it. I've never done sprinkles before, so this is a new for me. But I think it's looking like, right now it's just looking like green amoebas. But I think once we get the red on there, it's going to make a difference too. I am sure itching to get outside and plant my plants, but I'm a little leery. I'm thinking we may have one more freeze But I've got plants coming up in the flower beds. I remember one April here in Texas, we had 6 inches of snow. And we rarely even get snow, so to have snow in April was crazy. And 6 inches. Kids got out of school for like 3 days. And you don't have to do these exactly like you did on the other side, because you're not going to see the same side. I mean, the sides next to each other. Okay, let's go ahead, since we've got the green out, and let's do the green up top. Thank you, Nancy. Yes, Dixie Michaels. Gorgeous there too. Oh, I love it. Love the sunshine. Okay, once we do this green, we will dry it, and then we'll start our red. And then we may decide we want more. Ooh, that one was big. That's a big sprinkle. Everybody be fighting over that one. I know better than to paint without eating something, because I get a little shaky. I have got to get busy painting blue jean jackets and aprons. I think next week we will probably paint an apron, and I just got green on me. Okay, let's put some red in now. And see what we think. But let's dry. Grab a drink before I lose my voice completely. Okay, let's give it a good dry. So who on here is part of the tips and techniques tutorial workshop tomorrow? I know there's a bunch of you. Nearly 300 to be exact. I don't remember what the last count was. It was way over 200. Now there is another video on this, a tutorial doing shading the frosting, putting the frosting on. We started out with just the plain box, raw. So if you want to go back and watch part 1 to see how we did that, it should still be up. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Tuscan red. I am going to go bright red with this. Not bright red, but I mean not the Rockwood. Okay, so there's what we got. Just some little dots here and there. Not really dots, just the shape of little sprinkles. And I am loading my brush up pretty good with paint, so they'll be thick. Man, that changes it so quick. And you may want to do your eyes in the green instead of the blue. If you're doing it Christmassy, that would be pretty. I'm going to add a little bit more to the one here that, since it's dried, it needed a little bit more to that green. And they're not all the same size. I know sprinkles you sprinkle out of the little bottles are, but these are not. Okay, it's changing it. Every little step just makes such a difference. Okay, so there's that one. There's without the red, and there's with the red. So it just changes the whole feel of it. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit quicker here. And I'm trying not to get a teardrop, trying not to just lay it down, trying to pull it. Some of them are teardroppy, but it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to look at it that close. Okay, I think we need a green one right here in between these two. And if you're just hopping on, go back and watch the replay because I show you the new spring Dippin' Dotty patterns that are going to go on sale next Friday, the 6th, not the 13th like we first planned. It'll be the 6th, next Friday. We bumped it up. They were ready. The prototypes were ready a little sooner than what I expected. And that weekend became free. That Friday did. So I thought, why make y'all wait? You could be using them now and getting ready for the your spring sales. But we will also, any of the original ones will also be available. So you can order new ones if you've never ordered before and don't have the original ones. You will also be able to order those sets. We'll just keep Mr. Jeff very busy. I am just randomly putting these wherever. One side may have more than the other, but again, you're not going to see them side by side, so it's not going to matter. Let's put another one right there, and then we'll put it on top. So I have the designs all ready for the fall for the Dippin' Dotties and for Christmas. I will be giving those to Mr. Jeff Sunday. Okay, so that's how quick we did the edges. Now let's do the top. Hi, Bonnie. Vicky says, me, she's going. I am not, but would love if there is a replay going to be available. Terry, the replay will only be on that page, Tips and Techniques Tutorial Workshop. So if you want to be added to that, make sure you're following my page, not just watching. Make sure you follow. And then send me a message in Messenger telling me to add you. And then you'll be able, I'll send you an invite that will show up in your Facebook notifications. And you'll just have to accept the invite. And then you will be able to get in and watch the replay. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It is my thank you to all of you precious followers of mine for all of your support, for always being on here and cheering me on, giving me ideas. Always buying when I have a sale above and beyond what I could ever imagine. So it is free to you and any of your friends, anybody. They just have to follow the page first. Today is the last day to sign up for it. So it will not be available on this page. Only on that Tips and Techniques tutorials. So if you want to be a part of that in the morning and tomorrow afternoon, send me a message in Messenger telling me to add you to the class tomorrow. And I will send you an invite. And then all you have to do is accept and you're in. And once you get in, be sure and tell us hello and where you're from. Okay, so there's the top. And the sides. And then I will seal him with a spray sealer. And I think it's going to be so cute. Now, you could also go a little step further. You could put a peppermint here or some candy canes or a cookie on the side if you wanted to. And I may do that later. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But I have to put this one out of my mind and get ready for tomorrow. Because even though it's a free class, I still want to deliver to you. I want you to be pleased with it. And it's getting warm in here with these lights. And I have the heater on. So I need to go change it to cool because it's getting warm out there. Look how red my cheeks are. Rose. And it's not from youth. It's because it's too hot in here. All right. So that's this one. Let me get the other one right quick. Bear with me just a minute. Let me get the other one that we did. Now, we did some of these I had a party here in my home. I had a paint party. And we did some of these Mod Podging napkins on them. And, oh, they were so cute. So this is what they look like when you get them. Just the raw wood, but look how well they're made. They were well worth the money. They're sanded. You don't really even have to sand them. I was just very pleased with them. So this one needs a little bit of sanding, it looks like, just barely in that insert there. And this is the one we did a few weeks ago for Valentine's Day. We did a heart. It's not Valentine-y, but I have some of this in my living room. And then we did some dry brushing on it. And put a little design at the top. Whoops, sorry. So you can just it'd be so cute. It made a really cute teacher's gift if you wanted to paint it, like a teacher. Let's see if I can get this little guy. You could put an apple or something. I don't know if I can get it off of there. But you could do something like this on the front of it. Wouldn't that be cute? For a teacher's classroom. So there's just no end to what you could do with them. I think they would be pretty if you want. I've been practicing my flowers just on a piece of cardboard, and just on a piece of paper sack. So for tomorrow, that's all you need is just something to paint on. A multimedia book or a poster board or just something cut up like this. But I think it would be so pretty with florals, all over it. So that's just, I'll probably be ordering more. I think I've got two more left over there that are unfinished, but I definitely think I will be adding some more, and we may do an in-person paint party again with them, only not Mod Podging. We may paint them. So I'm not sure yet. My schedule's pretty full for this year, but great projects for for painting on a paint party, or just for yourself to sell. I think these are going to sell really well at the craft show. I'm not sure what I'm going to charge for them yet. What would you charge? Let's say they were $8. I don't think they were that much. I think they were $7 with tax and stuff, but let's say they were $7. If they were $7 and you put something like this on them and just, painted them like this, what would you sell them for? What would you pay for one if you were going to purchase it? The way I usually figure my prices, I usually figure out how much cost I've got into it, to the penny, and with tax and everything, and not shipping them, but at a craft show. If I'm shipping them, it'll be more because it's shipping and everything if I were doing it that way. But like at a craft show, I usually do 2.5 to 3 times what I've got into the cost of it. That way it covers my time and, effort on them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and get some ideas on different ways that you can do it. This would be cute to make it look like just a gingerbread, the whole thing. His face, or you could do a little gingerbread body on here instead of just the whole face. You could do a round face and then put the rickrack around him. The next one I'm going to do is probably going to be in the blues, and I'm going to do snowmen. I'm going to do snowman on it, and with a big carrot nose and probably some snowballs or something on the sides. I'm not sure yet. But the next one will be snowmen. But I think I'm going to do an apron next week. I'm not sure yet. I got so much going on in my head, won't stop. All right, ladies, I have got to get this table cleared and ready for everybody tomorrow. Hi, Renee. So Terry's saying $20, and that's what I had in mind. That's what I had written down, was $20 plus tax on them. So I don't think that's too much. The quality of them, they're just so good and sturdy and thick, and the wood is just so nice on them. So, and I think I would just get like $1.25 box of Kleenex at the dollar store and put in there to show what they're for. And on one of them, I will probably put some utensils sticking out, but especially, let me grab this over here. I've got lots of tall brushes too. That would just be so cute in there. You could put a cup down inside. I've got several cups over here that I hold this is Young and Heart Creations, that I have some of my special brushes in that I use a lot. But you could put a cup inside it and just put your brushes in there that way. So just lots and lots of different things that you can do. I think it would be so cute to turn them upside down. Let's turn this one upside down because that one's not completely dry. If you painted it like this one's upside down now, so you would paint the heart the other way and put your brushes and stuff in them. I would seal them real good inside and out, which I do on all of mine. So I think this is just a great little quick. Now this one took a couple of times, but it always takes longer on a live than if you're just sitting down and painting them. These would be a fantastic batch painting project. And if you don't know what batch painting is, tune in tomorrow on the Tips and Techniques tutorial workshop, and you'll learn what batch painting is. Okay, alrighty, I'm going to get off of here, go eat, and then get everything cleared out and reset my mind for tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Okay, well, I'll do the snowman live. I'll do it on here live, and we'll do that. Snowmen are one of my favorite things to paint. Now, I did paint one several of them one year. Were so cute, but they had Santa on the front and a little reindeer on one side, and can't remember what all. Maybe candy canes on one side, or bells. I don't remember. It was so cute with the Santa on it. So you could do Mr. and Mrs. Santa on there. So these will be adorable for Christmas. I loved painting the Santas on them. It'd be so cute with an elf, with gnomes. There's just no end. We got to stop. All right. Let me see if you paint some of these. If you get some and you paint them, let me see. Post them on here and let me see what you did. And Terry, the sealer I use, and I will be going over that tomorrow in the tips and techniques. It's a polyurethane sealer. I think it's Minwax. I'll have to look at it again. I'm pretty sure it's Minwax, but I like it because it's water-based and it does not yellow. So many of the spray sealers, after a little while, especially on white, will yellow and it looks dingy. This one I've been using for probably 10 years. And I switched from one I was using because I painted a little girl's beautiful, it was so pretty, little white and pink roses and things on it, little table and chair set. Sprayed it with the spray that I was using at the time, and in about 6 weeks, it was yellow. The whole thing had just turned yellow. Were there tears? Yes. And did I give money back? Yes. But so I've used this one on every color I can imagine. It has never, ever done that to me. Never yellowed. It always just comes out so good and clear, and it comes in matte and gloss. I get mine at Lowe's, carries it, but I just order mine off of Amazon. And so I'll be going over that tomorrow with you too. So it's just little tips and techniques like that we'll be doing. All right, ladies, have a wonderful weekend. I will see most of you on here tomorrow. Hi, Ellen. So I will get everything ready for tomorrow. It's just going to be super relaxed. Don't be nervous about it. It's just simple little things that that I think might help you. A lot of it you've already seen me do on here. Some of it you haven't, but we'll do a little tour of the craft corner here. And I'll show you some of my organization and some of my not so organized, but we'll have fun. All righty. See y'all in the morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to be a part of that. Hi, Francis. Hello, hello. If you want to be a part of that, please send me a message in Messenger saying, please add you to the class that's tomorrow, the tips and techniques, and I will send you an invite, but make sure you're following the page because it won't let me send you one if you're not following. Tell anybody you want to about it. If you want to have people over to your home and y'all sit and go through this together, I think that would be fun. It'll be from 10 to noon and then from 3 to 5, 2 separate tutorials. All right. Thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.